Hi Rowan class, welcome back. We are now going to talk about our theme for this term. Now, as you know, this morning I showed you this postcard from Bigu, and you can see that the same picture is up here, but there's something which has changed. Can you spot the clue? That's right, here the word was blanked out, but here we actually have the location that Bigu went to. Now I'm sure from the clues on the postcard about red buses, big important buildings, old buildings and new buildings, bright lights, loud noises, and the pigeons, you might have already guessed that the location of Bigu's Christmas holiday was in fact London. And as you can see on the postcard, we have the name spelt for us here. Now, Bigu suggested that she had such a great time that she really thought that we would enjoy learning all about the brightly lit big city of London too. So what do you think, Rowan? Shall we learn about London this term? Shall we find out all about the bright lights and the big city of London? I think that would be a great idea. So, as we do at the beginning of our theme, we start collecting the knowledge that we already have about a place. Have any of you been to London before? How did you get there? Was it far away or is it quite close to us? And what were some of the things that you saw when you went to London? Or maybe you've seen London on television, on the news. It's a very, very important place in England because London is the capital city. So it's a really important city where lots of important decisions about the country and about the world are made. Now, I don't want to tell you too much because I think you already know quite a lot, and I want to find out what it is that you already know so that we can plan our learning about it. So our theme is called Bright Lights, Big City. Dun dun dun, London. Now, you may recognise this from previous learning, but this is your knowledge organiser that we're going to start with. And as you can see, there are 3 columns. The first one for K is what I know. So what do we already know about London? The second one says W, what I want to know. And that's your chance to tell me all the things that you want to include in our learning this term. What kind of things do you want to find out about London? Do you want to learn about the famous buildings in London? Or the famous bridges? That would be a good one for construction. Or would you like to learn about some of the famous people who live in London? Or some of the history of the city? Have a little think about the kind of things that you might want to find out about. And then this last column says what I have learnt we will look at before half term to find out all the things we've learnt and if we're able to tick off all the things that we wanted to learn. So I've got this on Dojo. If you've got a printer, you can print this off and you can fill bits in either with pictures or with captions or with words or with sentences, however you want to share your knowledge with me. But don't worry if you haven't got a printer. I haven't got a printer. You can just do this on a piece of paper by making a bubble diagram or a mind map. So if you've just got a piece of paper, on your paper you can simply write London in the middle, put it in a bubble, and then you can start recording either as pictures or as writing some of the things you already know. And I'm very excited to find out what you know already about this great, magnificent city, and then to help me plan what we're going to find out next, because Bigu had a great time there, and I'm sure we're going to hear more from Bigu about her adventures in London. So if you've got any books about London, or if you've got any stories that you think might be good to share with the class, I'd love to hear about them too. Okay? So fill in either a sheet of paper with all your ideas or have a go at the knowledge organiser that I just showed you a moment ago. And then upload those so I can see what we already know and what we want to find out. Okay, I look forward to seeing your knowledge, guys. See you later.